What's good, y'all? This is C, Certified Brewhead, and welcome to the second edition of What's in My Cellar. And this time it is much more impressive, I promise you. So I have Remy and Max here from the Wild Shack. We just did a fantastic longest podcast of all time. As you can see, these guys have two fantastic cellars right here behind us. And I busted their balls and got them to pick their 10 most impressive or favorite beers. And I'm just going to leave it to the boys. I'm going to talk you through these beers and why they're your favorite. Please, take it away, bro. It's on you.
Well, it's not all favorite. It's a bunch of beers that we're looking forward to, mainly. This is Zenne y Frontera from Fonteinen.
Okay.
Of course, we're all about lambics, so most of them are lambics. Nice. This is a sherry barrel aged lambic blend, which is pretty much a Geuze,
right,
but aged in sherry barrels from their favorite sherry producer up in Belgium. This has been sold only at the brewery, like really limited. So I'm really lucky to get my hands on this one, and I'm really looking forward to it. We got a little share coming that I'm gonna crack one of my 2 bottles.
Nice.
At that share. And I heard it's really fantastic, it's really complex, and it's really something that you need to try at least once in your life. So yeah, really thrilled about this one. This is a beer actually at LCBO a few years back, but that's still to this day one of the favorite Geuze around the beer scene. It's Armand and Tommy from Fonteinen. I think to this day is the best Geuze I ever had in my life.
Okay.
And when I cracked mine, I had to seek out another one because it's just fantastic. It's so minerally yet so sour with a. It's a complex beer. It's hard to describe how much more how good this shit is. It's really better than any other Geuze that I had, and I had a bunch because, you know, me and lambics is just a love story.
Right.
And yeah, this is a blend actually. Armand and Tommy. Armand is the head brewer from the Fonteinen. Tommy is the head brewer from Lost Abbey. So that was a blend of barrels at Fonteinen picked by Armand and Tommy.
Right.
So it's a really great Geuze, and I can't wait to see what it's going to be like in a few years.
Amazing.
This is the whole set from Armand 4, a set of 4 different Geuze that was put out by Fonteinen up in 2010.
Okay.
Each Geuze is a bit different from one another. I only had 2 of the sets so far. I only had Winter and Earth. Winter was just out of this world. There are a little bit more bulky than the regular Geuzes, a bit more high in alcohol, and that makes them, I think, more complex than other Geuzes. And I did have some Geuzes high in alcohol, but I think those ones really show a nice profile.
They're all like about 6%, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Normally Geuzes are normally around 5. So those are just a little bit more bulky, a little bit more sweet, yet so complex. It's great. I can't wait to have Zomer and Lente. It's just I had doubles from others. I didn't have doubles from those, so you know.
Right. You can get that set. All right.
It's just like they're mine. I don't want to crack them.
I feel that.
This is my Millennium Gueuze. I think it's the most prized piece of all of our collection. It's almost 20 years old right now. This has been...
It's like 20 years old.
Yes.
20. It's a beer made.
Well, you know, lambic and Geuze is the beer that can age. Those are the beers that can age like a wine. Yeah, it's the wine and beer. And the Millennium Gueuze has been bottled in 98, sold in 99. It's a collaboration between Decam and Fonteinen, which are 2 of my favorite Geuze producer, lambic producer actually. And I heard from some people who are really into lambic, almost more than I am, that it's one of the most fantastic beer that they ever had. So, and since it's more than hard to come across, we decided that it would be nice to crack it open when it's gonna be 20 years old. So 2018, 2019. It's coming.
It's coming. Beauty.
This is Helena Crianza from Cantillon, which is a 2008 Gueuze aged in cognac barrels.
Nice.
I heard great things. I heard that right now it's at its peak since the release. So I have...
Thinking about cracking it?
Oh yes, I'm thinking about... Pretty soon. And I've looked for this beer for almost 2 years, and I got lucky at some point, and I got it like quarter of what I thought it would cost me on trades to get this bottle.
Right.
So I really got lucky, but I turned down a lot of offer which I thought was unreasonable, and I think it's the rarest lambic I've been looking for the longest.
Right. Okay.
Like everything else, like I don't know, I felt like I was on the right moment to chase them. But this one I've been chasing for so long. It took me 2 fucking years to get that bottle.
But you got him.
It's gonna be enjoyed. It's gonna be enjoyed.
It's always
like
beautiful.
every single sip of it. The last one is not as rare as those ones, but are some favorite of ours. Farmstead with Sante Adairius collaborations, which is called Works of Love Sante Adairius, which is a series of collaboration Farmstead did with some other breweries.
Are they from Belgium? Sante Adairius?
Sante Adairius is from California.
From California.
Yeah, with in my opinion, with Farmstead, Casey, and side project, Sante Adairius makes some of the most amazing wild and sour farmhouse in North America.
Nice.
That collaboration is just, you know, the knowledge of Farmstead and Sante Adairius together to put out some amazing sour farmhouse, and it's just mind blowing how good it is. I seriously would take that over a lot of rarest beer. Right. A lot of it is amazing. I did trade some of it for rarer stuff that. Actually, some of it went for some of this.
For that, right. Okay.
But I had to keep one bottle to just visit it again with some age because it was...
It was that good.
Oh yeah, it was priced as good.
Right. Okay.
This is Side Project Merci. I just needed to include Side Project because it's one of my favorite brewery in the States right now with Farmstead, KC, and Sante Adairius. Mm-hmm. Merci is actually a blend that they did for the wine and cheese place where they used to do their release when they just started, because the head brewer from Side Project is actually the head brewer from Perennial, which is the one that created Abraxas, the one that created Sump, and he really wanted to do a Side Project with only wild ales and barrel fermented, barrel aged stuff.
Right.
So there's a few stouts from Side Project, but mainly sour stuff and wild sour saisons.
Right.
And on saisons, he kills it.
Right. He's
really as good or better than Little Farmstead, which are considered one of the best worldwide to do that kind of stuff. And Merci was a blend of several beers aged for a long period of times in oak. Only for the wine and cheese place, with like random showing up on the shelf, like just whoop. There's one bowl for the day. If you catch it, you get it. And we cracked one of those with Pat from Sante, and we really, really, really enjoyed it. So we thought that would be that could, you know, complete this set just nicely, just because it's Side Project and everything they do when they do it well, it's mind-blowing.
Amazing. The
balance and the body and the character is perfect.
So this is a real solid 10 favorite beers, and you have a bonus beer actually, because it's that real, and it's a tough ask to make you guys choose 10 from the cellar.
I would have taken out like 25.
Yeah, so we let you have a bonus one to be like, you know what, throw in one extra.
Yeah, we wanted to throw one extra, something that's not as rare as everything we have on the table right now, because, you know, trying to get the Millennium Gueuze, you might end up poor. I say that by experience. Cost me a lot. Casey, I talk a lot about Casey. Didn't show any. This is Oak Theory, which is not their hardest one to get. This is a regular kind of. You know, they're a pretty limited brewery because they have way more demands than what they can produce. And this is a saison with a macroflora aged in oak barrels for about a year, and it really has that dusty mineral taste that lambic can get,
right?
That you don't get much in sour wild saisons in the States. That really gets to me. I could drink that by the pint all day long. It's crazy good. It's not the hardest beer to get. It still is limited, and you gotta trade nice stuff for it. But it's not the craziest thing to get. But it's just so tasty.
Fantastic.
It's so tasty. It's worth seeking out. If you want to go for something that's not that rare, that is tastier than most stuff that you'll ever drink in your life, go for Haute Theory by Casey. It's
fantastic.
Amazing.
That's dope. So this is 11 solid beers. This is a very impressive cellar. So thank you guys for this.
I would like Max to say something on that segment. Just like one thing. Okay, thank you.
That's enough. What a contribution from Max again. Killing the game out here. So thank you guys. I appreciate that. So if you think you have a better cellar than Remy and Max, holla at us. We might come visit you, and you can impress the world with your, whipping it out with your beer collection. So if you enjoyed the video, chuck us a thumbs up. Hit subscribe on YouTube if you enjoyed it. Check out the podcast on iTunes there, and also follow us on social media at BAOS Podcast. And check out the guys from the Wild Shack. I will have their info in the description below. That's it. Thank you very much. We're going to keep drinking sours. Cheers.